6, 8, oh geez, switching around quite a bit. I did see it, 8 amps is the highest I've seen it so far today. I have seen it up above 11 already. Also, if you're wondering what's going on with all the extra wiring, I put my inverter back in here. I had it in here before. It stays completely dry. There's lots of venting on the back side of this box. But I put it in here, so later on I plan on plugging the trailer into it, and I'll talk about that in a little. And the fridge is still plugged in to the power station. We've got 103, 102 watts coming in. It's in and out, you know, the sun's moving around quite a bit today. I'm gonna fill up my onboard tank. Oh, yeah, I actually ended up putting, not really a new hose, I took it off of the old, one of my old ones over here. And yeah, now I no longer have a kinked, broken hose. Look at that, brand new pee jug. Just emptied a laundry soap container. If you ever wondered what I use for a pee jug in my compost toilet, this is it. Laundry soap container. It's clear, you can see the liquid in it. I'm doing this for years. It's easy, it's cheap, reusable. In the door, oh yes, the door. Looking a little ghetto. I've got some tape all along the sides because the skin, which is this layer here, started to kind of peel off a little bit and peel away from the frame and peel away from this metal shim that it was under. It opens and shuts really easily now, but that's because I took out this wooden piece of frame that was at the bottom. So it's opening and closing really easy. But the problem about that frame being gone is that everything inside can kind of shift. Also, there is a bit of a gap, so you definitely feel a breeze coming in here during the cold weather season. Mostly because this shim and this are both missing off of the bottom of the door now. This time of year, not really as much of a big deal because it doesn't get too cold at nights anymore. Not cold enough that you have to worry about that draft coming in. But the day that I fix that door is coming eventually. I just want to make sure it's warm enough because I will have to remove it completely and rebuild it as long as I'm able to, because I just need to completely redo the wooden frame on the inside, and then hopefully it'll be functional like it used to be. Not yet. What do you think? Are you standing in front of the diesel heater? Trying to get some of that warmth? Not that cold out. It's 11 degrees outside, 19 in here. It's just still too warm though to have a fire. Yeah, really we're at the point now where I'm just having fires at night. We've had double digits all day for the past week or more. So I'm not wasting my firewood having fires when I don't need to. Which I forgot to mention. It is getting low again, but my dad did pop by here, I think 2 weeks ago or so, and he dropped off some wood. It was piled up much higher, but because I've been burning every evening, it's down quite low again, so probably in another week I will need more. And that's not a big deal. He told me to let him know when I needed more, and yeah, he'd deliver me some more. That is enough water. Let's see, we're low. Oh yeah, we're low. That is something I'm going to need to refill this evening. Yeah. When I de-winterized, I didn't completely fill that tote. I think I was maybe 3/4 of the way. So I did end up getting a couple of weeks out of the water I have there. I'm gonna say 2.5, maybe 3 weeks. So not bad, but when it's completely full, like I said, as long as I'm being conservative, I usually get at least a month. See that? Maple buds are popping out. That's a good sign. Got my jerry cans out. How's my diesel doing? I still got half a jerry can of that. I'm okay. All right. Anybody ever make the mistake of accidentally filling a diesel can with gasoline? Because I did that the last time I went to the gas station. I meant to fill it with diesel, and for whatever reason I just got distracted. I ended up filling the whole thing with gas. Did not make the mistake of dumping the gas into the diesel heater, but I could have, because when you get distracted, you get distracted, and maybe it's an ADD thing. Oh. Here's some more wood. Anyone else ride around with kindling in their trunk, or is it just me? One of these days, car, I will clean you, I swear. I swear. Want to know what our gas prices are like? Yeah. It's time to get high from the smell of gasoline. I miss my truck.
I used to be alive. I used to be alive.
Whew, I might have to let that air out for a little bit. If that doesn't give you a headache, I don't know what will. A strong smell of gasoline coming from the back. Also, oil's good. What are you circling around for? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Because you have food in your bowl, but that's not the kind you want, is it? No. Okay. Is it this? Is that the kind you want? Okay, that's definitely the one. I had to put Ramsey on kitten food, little baby kitten food, for extra protein, calories, fat. Because Ramsey just didn't like the vet food that Rory has to be on because of his crystals, and yeah, he didn't like it, and he got skinny. If you've been around for a little while, you know that Ramsey's not usually skinny. He's usually pretty chunky. So we're going to try to get him chunky again. Maybe not chunky, but we don't want him being so skinny. So this stuff right here, it's like little flakes. You can just lick it up. Because he has like 4 teeth, so he can't chew. He doesn't look too skinny sitting down, but when he's standing up, see, he's got this little old man skinny back going on. Alright, is this what you want? Is that what you want? Oh, okay, yeah. That's definitely what you want. Alright, here you go. Rory wants his UR food with some water. Ramsey's definitely been munching down on that kitten food, so like I said, I'm hoping it puts a little bit of weight back on him. You done? You want more? Aha, I knew it. Oh, geez, man. Okay, chill. Can number 2. Let's see if you can finish that one. He has a hard time with chewing. So anytime there's like chunks in his food, he tries to chew them and then he just ends up spitting them out because he can't really chew. And when it comes to his kibble, he has to like swallow it whole because he can't really chew it. And kibble is where you're getting all your calories, and he hasn't been eating it, so hence why he's on kitten food. He's really been mowing it down and enjoying it because it's pretty much these little soft flakes that he can just lick up and he doesn't actually have to chew, so it works out pretty good. I'm also pretty sure he's gonna finish that second bowl too. Don't have the yard truck today. You want to get yourself an ATV that does not quit, ever, no matter what you put it through? Get a Honda Big Red. That thing might very well be older than me.
Dinosaur.
Still runs. Perfectly fine. It's not mine. It's a borrowed machine, but apparently all it ever needs is a new spark plug every so often. Oh yeah, and it has no brakes, but you know. I don't know what you can see because it's completely dark, but I'm on my last 2 water barrels. Not quite halfway through this one. Off-grid life, baby. Sometimes you're working till after dark. Getting a fire going in the process. Yeah. $12 degrees, 18 in here. I was running the diesel heater last night and I don't hear it running. It says error 08. I really hope that means that there's no fuel, although there should be. Oh, is that what that means? Maybe the fuel is empty. Okay. I hope that's the error. I'm assuming that that's what that error code was. Fingers crossed for me. While I'm out here, check that out. Full solar. Just want to see if this diesel heater's gonna work properly now. I turned it on. Looks like it's doing something. 19 in here, set to 17. No error code. Alright. See that? That's a good sign. Diesel heater is working yet again. No error codes. Error code 8 is my favorite error code when it means low fuel, because it's the easiest one to take care of. Got the trailer cord plugged into the inverter in here. Sorry about the sun, I'm not sure what you can see. Took some maneuvering. Now we test it out. If any of you have been around for a while, you know that this was installed. Oh, I'm bleeding. The last time I had my inverter hooked up, so technically, well, uh-oh. There we go. So it's on, and I have the, oh, I just heard the converter, I think. So now all the outlets in the trailer should be running off the inverter. This cannot be charged on the inverter. I already knew that I likely couldn't. The inverter is a modified sine wave inverter. It's not a pure sine wave inverter. So certain electronics, it just won't work on the inverter. For example, for whatever reason, my hair straightener won't work on this inverter, but my hair dryer does. The hair dryer takes more watts. It's just certain electronics. So it'll be interesting to see if my fridge runs on the inverter. Obviously, I hope that it does. I don't see why it wouldn't. But my thought process is this. On nice sunny days like this, when my gel batteries are doing really well, I figured I'd turn on the inverter and run the fridge off of those, because the trailer's plugged in to the gel batteries now, technically. So, in the meantime, we've got our power station just charging up by the solar out there, And my thought process is that I can plug the fridge into the power station at night. And then during the day, I'll have the fridge plugged into a regular outlet here running off of the inverter. So I'm gonna unplug it from here, plug it into an outlet. Light comes on. Oh, and you hear that? The fridge just kicked on too. So right now I am powering my fridge on that inverter that is hooked up to the gel batteries. And then at night, I'm going to plug the fridge into the power station just to give my batteries a break, since there's not going to be any sun on the panel to keep them up to speed. You see what I'm saying here? I think what that's going to allow me to do is run the generator less, because as long as the fridge is plugged into the power station, yeah, I'm getting some solar on it throughout the day, but every evening I'm having to recharge the power station, which means I'm running the generator every evening for pretty close to an hour. So I'm hoping to minimize generator usage by doing this. Now, some people might think it's a pain to have to unplug your fridge and move it into different outlets. That's nothing. I'm not going to mind doing that one bit if it means spending less money on fuel for my generator. As we all know, gas is not cheap. So you can hear the inverter is working right now because the fridge is running off of it. And I'm going to try to see... I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pulling 80 watts right now on the fridge, and my batteries are 12.8. I guess it's going between 70 and 80 watts. This thing isn't totally accurate. Full sun on the panel. Basically, we're running the fridge off the sun. Can you hear the fridge running? Yeah. So obviously, at the end of the day, when I'm not getting any sun on the 400 watt panel out here, my plan is to shut the inverter off by way of my little remote here. That'll cut off all the power to my outlets. The inverter won't be running. And then I'll just plug the fridge back into the power station, run the fridge on the power station all night long, and then switch it back again the next day, as long as it's, you know, as long as I'm getting sun and whatnot. Might sound like a pain to some people, but for me it's a matter of unplugging and plugging it back in again. That's not a big deal to me. But I figure in doing this, I will save myself from having to run the generator as much, which is pretty cool when you think about it. Okay, I'm going to plug the microwave back in. You can see here that just came on. Not running the generator, just that the trailer is now officially plugged into 110. Just another little experiment, you know. I just figure this way I'll be running the generator less and saving fuel. I told you guys before, my power needs are very small, but I do need to run the fridge, so right now that's just my concern, is keeping that thing running. But it's still pretty neat, because see, not running the generator, and I can run my hairdryer. On days where you're not getting much for sun, I probably won't use the inverter. I'll probably just have it shut off and use the power station for the fridge again, and then run the generator to recharge the power station. Now that I have the trailer though plugged into the inverter, some of you might remember I installed this outlet probably 2 years ago. So I do have this cord plugged in, and that runs to the generator. So rather than unplug the trailer cord from the inverter and plugging it back into the generator, I'll just run the generator and use these outlets that are coming in through where that port is, and I can charge my power station up on one of these. It's always good to have options, but I'm excited now because I figure doing this, at least on days like this where it's really sunny, I may as well take advantage of the power that's coming in. As you can see, my Life PO 4 battery down there is doing really well. It's pretty much always topped up. Lately I have not seen it below 13.1. And I could always get a smaller inverter, hook it up to that battery under the couch, and run the fridge off of that as well. There are lots of options. Anyway, that's that. I've been wanting to do this for a while. We have a whole week of sun this week, so I'm super excited about that. I'm gonna test out this new little experiment I'm doing, and I'll let you guys know how it all goes. Yeah, At the moment, like I said, I'm pretty much running the fridge off of the sun, and then tonight I'll just plug it into the power station, plug it back in tomorrow when the sun comes up to the inverter and recharge the power station, and then hopefully I won't have to run my generator hardly ever at all. That'd be cool. I don't run it a lot now, just I was running it every evening, like I said, for about an hour to charge up the power station. But I think that is going to be it for me here. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Compressor to the fridge shut off. Obviously right now the solar is getting full sun. So the batteries were showing 13.7. And just the inverter being on, it's showing that it's taking like 10 to 20 watts just by being on. So these things can be power hogs a little bit, you know. 13.7, yeah, they're lining up. Still full sun. I might reposition this panel here so we get full solar and that corner's not being shaded. Right, Ramsey? Yeah? Alright. Okay. Big yawn. Okay. Think they saw all 4 of your teeth in there? Maybe. Again, temporary, but let's just go look at the solar on that. 161 watts, and where it was before, I'm pretty sure it was only pulling in, I'm not sure, 30, 40, when, you know, a good portion of it was shaded and it was 90 degrees. Hey, if it works, it works. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get way more solar just temporarily leaving the panel like this.